It's not just the ocean breeze that's inspiring, it's the diversity of cultures found in Greater Miami and Miami Beach. Plan your trip now, miamiandmiamibeach.com. Well, welcome to this episode of Small Business Saturday Shout Out. I'm your host, Alicia Couri. Did you miss me? Well, today I have a very special episode for you. So, this is the very first time I've ever done this. So, this is hopefully something we can do again. So, stay tuned and stick around. Hi, and welcome to Small Business Saturday Shout Out. I'm your host, Alicia Couri, and on today's show, I have a special spotlight on location. I went on location and recorded this spotlight of a business, and I'm super excited to share it with you. But before we get to doing that, I just want to say hi and welcome to the show. Those of you who are watching on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitch, and on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us. If you are a business owner or have a business, I encourage you to join our Facebook group. It's facebook.com/groups/SBSSO. And on that platform, you can promote anything that you have going on there. So go on and go to facebook.com/groups/SBSSO. Now, Small Business Saturday Shout Out, I want to let you know it's sponsored by FAMU Mary and the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau, as well as Audacious Concepts, Inc. And it's produced by Red Carpet CEO. So we're going to share a little bit more about FAMU Mary, some of our sponsors, and the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau. But I really want you to do two things for me. One is to go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have not yet subscribed, you can go to youtube.com/c/Alicia Couri. And then the second thing is I want you to be a part of the shout out community. I want you to get a shout out. So there are three ways you can get a shout out on this show. And the first way, of course, is to leave a comment. So if you have a business, if you have a small business, leave a comment, leave your name, what your business is, the name of your business, and how people can reach you. If you can keep it short and tell us what you do, then you can go ahead and add that to it. And when during the show, during the breaks, when I'm not interviewing a guest, I will give you a shout out on air. So just let us know your name. Let us know what the business is, the name of the business, if how people can contact you. And if you'd like to put your location as well, you can go right ahead and do that. So I just want to be able to shout you out. The second way to get a shout out on the show is to do a 30-second commercial. So you can sponsor a 30-second commercial and just reach out, support@aliciacouri.com, and we'll tell you all about how you can do that. And then the third way is to be a guest on the show. And that all you need to do for that is raise your hand or send us an email or send me a DM saying, I want to be a guest on the show. And we will spotlight you and do an episode. It doesn't cost you anything to be a guest on the show. So come on, let people know who you are and what you do. Just come on down to be a guest on the show. So those are the ways that you can get a shout out on this show. And I would love for you to shout out. To give you a shout out. So we're here on Saturdays at 6 p.m. Eastern. We come on when we have guests. So if you don't see us on a Saturday, nobody's raised their hand to be a guest on the show. I do reach out to some of you to be guests, but if you're not ready, I don't want to force you onto the show. I want you to be ready to be on the show. Now, here at Red Carpet CEO, we have several opportunities for you to be guests on shows. For instance, on Mondays, we do Unleash Your Audacious Confidence on Win-Win Women TV. If you have a topic or a subject matter that specifically pertains to women and women's issues, you can be a guest on that show. It's winwinwomen.tv, and the name of the show is Unleash Your Audacious Confidence. The other show we have is this one. And we also have a podcast called Leading with Audacious Confidence, and you can find that on our website. It's aliciacouri.com podcast, and you can listen to that. And we talk all things leadership on that show. I interview CEOs, top performers, as well as those who coach top performers and leaders. So it's always valuable information, great intel. I mean, the guests that we have are phenomenal. You'll always walk away with something of value when in leadership when you tune into that podcast. And then finally, what's coming back is Love My Body, Love Myself. And that show is on Wednesdays. So check out our Leading with Audacious Confidence podcast. A new episode drops every Wednesday. Go to aliciacouri.com/podcast and you can check it out. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to shout out a business right now, and then I'm going to get to the interview. So if you have to carry with you, if you have to wear an ID every day to work, or you go to conferences and you want to go to conferences and you have these IDs that you wear for conferences, how many of you know you usually get this very boring lanyard that you put around either like a shoelace string type thing that ties onto your ID, or just a plain ribbon. Maybe it says the name of the conference on it. Well, I know somebody who is just phenomenal. Let me put this down. Who is just absolutely phenomenal, that handcrafts these really magnificent lanyards. They're these lanyards that you can put on your IDs. So especially, they're like jewelry. They're really beautifully beaded, handcrafted. And if you put it, like, for instance, if I did this one, let's say I was going to a conference, it's my brand color already. It's red, and it has the little tab here that I can just snap the ID to, and I have, my ID on a lanyard. But there's more. There's more than just this. I wear glasses now, as you can tell. I can't see 2 feet in front of me on the screen, so I have these glasses that I'm wearing, but I can't wear the glasses all the time, and I can't see past, like, with the glasses on. If I look up, I get dizzy. So it's only for reading. I have these reading glasses. So the little hookies come off, and there are these little thingies that you put on the ends, so you can unhook it, put this on the end. Isn't this cool? Isn't this amazing? So, like, you can hook this to the end, and then it hooks to the end of your glasses, so you don't lose your glasses. So you can do this for glasses. You can do it for masks. If you're wearing masks and you don't want to lose your mask, you just take the little hook that's at the end of this, and you put it on to your mask, put it directly onto the mask, and you have the little hook now, and you can put it on your glasses, or you can put it on the mask. So you have 3 uses to this one chain. And so now I have, I don't have to keep wondering where my glass is. Now I have it hooked here, and it's quite a lovely jewelry piece, and it's not an eyesore. It's not just this boring chain that you're wearing around your neck. So you have your little piece that you add for your ID, or you can put it on to your glasses and rock your glasses as well, and have it on your glasses. So I just wanted to give a little shout out to that business. So if you want to send them a DM on Instagram, if you want to find out more, you can go to L Designs PT on Instagram, and you can reach out to her. Her name is Lizelle Davis Seapol, and she is my big sister. So I'm giving my sister a plug for her cool designs, and she makes all kinds of handcrafted jewelry. And she's very artistic, very creative, and she does amazing work. So I am going to continue with the show now that I've given that full plug. of L Designs TT on Instagram. And you can check it out. She's getting up and running, but she does these beautiful handcrafted jewelry. And she's also working on pieces, silver pieces, so she can do handcrafted silver pieces. And we're getting that up and running for her as we speak. Now, let me get to my magnificent guest today. I'm so excited to do this on location interview. But before we go there, let me share a word from our sponsors. Thank you for joining us today. This episode is produced by Red Carpet CEO, a proud member of BOMA, the Black-Owned Media Alliance, advocating to close the disparity in advertising for Black-owned media. This show is sponsored by Audacious Concepts, Inc., a boutique consulting firm that provides audacious solutions to those nagging and persistent people problems clogging your revenue pipeline. For more information, visit audaciousconceptsinc.com. Now, here's a word from our other sponsors.
FAMU's Mary educates diverse communities about medical marijuana and the consequences of illegal marijuana use in Florida. Hear advice from leaders in your community. Listen to the podcast, watch the video cast to know all the facts. Follow Mary Forum Radio on social. Take the free basic education course and test your knowledge. Find answers to all of your marijuana questions and visit mary.famu.edu. That's mmeri.famu.edu. And join the conversation. Mary, educate, learn, talk.
It's not just the ocean breeze that's inspiring. It's the diversity of cultures found in Greater Miami and Miami Beach. Plan your trip now, Miami and MiamiBeach.com. All right. So there we go. There's a nice comment from Lizelle Davis Paul. You are very welcome. So now to our marquee event today. Instead of having Wilma here on the show with me live doing this interview virtually, I went to her studio. And let me tell you just a snippet of Wilma Mulcare. So Wilma Mulcare is the founder of Mulcare Beauty. She has been in the beauty industry for over 30 years and really strives to educate women on their hair, on skincare, and on makeup. And so I am going to share our live interview now with Mulcare Beauty CEO and founder, Wilma Mulcare. Here at Salons Beauty and Spa Suites, we're about to do a Small Business Saturday shout-out interview. Come on in with me. Hey everyone, Alicia Couri here, and this is Small Business Saturday Shout Out on location. I'm super excited today to have with me Wilma Mulcare of Mulcare Beauty. So Wilma, you have an extensive background in the beauty industry all the way from New York. So tell me, it's been over 30 years. What still gets you excited about the beauty industry?
Well, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Wilma. I'm a beauty expert, and I was born in the Caribbean island of Antigua. And I grew up in New York City. We had a very successful hair salon/day spa for 17 years. And guess what? We got featured in the Al Roker Coming Home special. And I got bit by the bug of warm weather in January of 2000. Here I am in Hollywood, Florida. And Alicia had mentioned to me just now what got me excited. I'd like to mention something. There's a book that should be coming out pretty soon, and this is the book that helped me to understand more into why I do what I do. It's been over 30 years, really, and there are times when I felt, am I addicted to this industry? I mean, I remember in New York, I went to work, it was snowing, my clients showed up, and I was there from 9 o'clock in the morning to 11 at night. I told my staff, don't come, it's dangerous outside, but I was there. Mm-hmm. But in 2000, 2000, when we had the pandemic. Sonia Noel, I give her credit to that. She said to me, won't you write your story? And I said, I am not a writer. I am just fascinated by doing people's hair and makeup and making them look good and feel good. But it was great that she told me. I started to sit down. You know, with the pandemic, we were sitting all at home, locked down. There's nothing to do. And I started writing my story. And that's when I had the reality check of why I keep doing what I do and just enjoy it. And in that story, it's about people and service and coming together, and that's why I went to work, even when the snow was there.
Yes,
because there was always
absolutely.
people and fun, and we were laughing and talking. But most of all, I make people look good and feel good, and the most satisfying experience is when they say, "Girl, I like my hair.
Yes.
I like my face." You know, so
I know what
that's
that's
what kept
like.
me going. So I thank Sonia Noel. I give her a lot of credit because she reached out and she told me, write the story. And then she said, write another story. And I said, but I'm still not the writer. And so I have a book that's coming out, and it's called, which is the book that I just showed. Just the cover, it's not there yet, but it's Hear Your Hair, and it's a question and answer guide to hair care. So that will be coming out. You'll be able to see more about that. But it's the years that I've been behind the chairs, and all my clients have always asked questions, and I've always give them the answers. So
Right.
then I'll be able to go from there.
Hear your
Hair. Exactly. Thank you. That's exactly
Hair.
what it means.
Your hair.
Listen to your
What
hair.
is your hair saying?
Saying.
And what is your
Exactly.
hair saying about your health? What is your hair
Yes.
saying about, you
this
know,
is awesome.
hey, condition me.
Yes.
Hey,
Yes,
you know, I
yes,
need
yes.
some love. You know, take
So
care of
true.
me.
So
And so,
true.
about educating women, because that's really what makes you passionate about what you do. It's sharing the education that
Yes.
you have gathered from not just studying hair care, but also being in the industry for so long. What was that like the reason you started your beauty line too?
Well,
behind us.
yes, it's interesting because, you know, doing hair, I had an opportunity to work with photographers. I've done fashion shows and pageants, and have worked backstage with fashion shows and pageants. And, you know, it's one thing when
You
you
just won a lot of awards too.
Exactly.
Don't be
It's
modest.
one,
Just
it's
won a
one
lot of
thing when
awards.
it's one thing when you just do it hair, but you say I could make it look better on the face too. And I studied makeup artistry, and when I relocated to South Florida, talking to my clients, because the climate is different. New York to Florida, it's a little different. And
A lot different.
Yes. Yes, even in hair care, maintenance. Listen, there's a whole new concept. Actually, in talking to the clients, and I said, well, how do you take care of your skin? And one person said to me, baby shampoo because it's gentle. I said, okay. Another one said, just water. All I do is wash my face with water. And some people just say soap, and that's it. Some people say just cocoa butter, and that's it. But then again, what is cleaning the face? There's a concept to follow. And because of my years in the industry, I felt there was time to really do a lot of educational.
Back to educating
Yes,
again.
back to
That's
educational.
where you're passionate.
Yes.
Educating women.
Yes, back to educating people on the proper concept of taking better care of their skin. So it's about hair and skin.
Hair and skin and makeup. And so you do a lot of fashion shows down here. You actually have your own annual event that you put on, which is, tell us everything.
Yes.
It's the Mulcare Beauty Extravaganza.
Yeah.
It's an extravaganza.
You know, it's funny. You know when you go to sleep and you're not quite up yet, but it's the middle of the morning and all the thoughts come to you? And that was one of them. Beauty Extravaganza. It was really called, well, actually, it went to about 9 years before the pandemic, and then everything stopped. And it was called the Beauty Fashion Award Extravaganza because, again, I'm around fashion.
Around
the
beauty.
idea behind it is really to, again, pull people into a room. People will come to a room where there's women or men walking, looking fashionably
Fabulous.
So the fashion show is going to pull you there. And then I always thought of, you know, there's people around me who were always those high achievers, and they're not recognized on television or at the gala. So I said, you know what? I recognize them. So why not give them an award to encourage them?
That's so wonderful.
Yes, and most of all, it was all about, okay, so everybody's in the room, and now we're going to talk more about hair care, what's new and trending, and we're going to talk about skincare and some makeup tips. And that's how that came about.
Nice.
So, yeah.
So tell people how they can find the skincare, because we are here in Hollywood, Florida, but not everybody can come and experience the wonderful Wilma Mulcare, who actually does my hair. Listen, she's my hairdresser. So,
Okay.
not everybody can come experience, but how can they get a hold of your makeup line, which I know you've carefully curated, you've pulled this together.
Yeah. A lot of people say, oh, I made the line. No. I have years of experience. Yes, I have. And it's custom designed between the knowledge of myself, manufacturers, and also chemists. Mm-hmm. I just don't go out and say, oh, here it is. No, the chemists have to instruct me what works better for what skin. Mm-hmm. I know what to do with it, but I'm not the chemist. No, I'm the manufacturer.
Exactly. So how can they get a hold of your line of makeup?
Okay, the complete line of skincare cosmetics, it's on mulcarebeautyproducts.com. mulcarebeautyproducts.com. Yes. And,
you see it at the bottom of the screen.
It extends itself to men also, because
men need to take care of their skin too.
But the modern man is more conscious sometimes than women. They're gonna make sure they clean their face, they moisturize it, they do the exfoliating. Women say, I just wash it and I just moisturize it, and that's it.
No,
but men,
there's more.
They're going.
There's more. Well, I appreciate this time with you, Wilma, and learning more about not just you, but your beauty line and your skincare line. And I thank you for being on Small Business Saturday Shout Out.
Sounds good. Love it. Love it. Excellent.
So that's it. That's our live spotlight on location here at Mulcare Beauty Studio in Hollywood, Florida. And if you are in the area, it's right off of Sheridan at the Salon Suites here in Sheridan Plaza. So come on down to Mulcare Beauty Studio. How else can people reach you?
You could contact me at 954-248-7377. 954-248-7377.
All right, and that's it. I will see you on the next episode of Small Business Saturday Shout Out, when we go on location again to another small business.
Awesome.
So there you have it. I want the video to play out and see her working on some of her clients. But you can reach her 954-248-7377. And again, her website is mulcarebeautyproducts.com. So that was our very first on location spotlight for Small Business Saturday Shout Out. And I had a lot of fun doing it with Wilma. And if you would like us to come and you're in the South Florida area, I'm not ready to go all over yet, but if you're in the South Florida area and you'd like to do a spotlight, please send us an email. You can email support@aliciacouri.com. And we can give you the details of doing that video spotlight with us. Or you can email us and say you want to raise your hand to be a guest on the show or find out more about sponsoring a 30-second ad. And with that, this is our episode of Small Business Saturday Shout Out. I want you to go ahead. I want to thank my guests today. First, Wilma Mulcare of Mulcare Beauty. And again, her website is mulcarebeautyproducts.com. And I also want to thank Lizelle Davis-Seapol. Go to Instagram, LDZinesTT, and check them out. Check out those, the handcrafted jewelry that she has available there for you as well. And I want to thank Audacious Concepts, Inc. For sponsoring the show. And of course, our sponsors, FAMU Mary and FAMU Mary. You can find them at Mary, MERI.FAMU.edu to learn more about the legal and lawful use of cannabis and marijuana here in the state of Florida. They have a radio program every week It's called The State of Cannabis in America. So you can go to their website and check that out and find out more about the legal and lawful use of cannabis here in the United States, and especially here in Florida. Follow me on Instagram. You can go to the Alicia Couri and Audacious Confidence to find out more. If you're not on all social medias, but just on Instagram, you can check me out on Instagram. If you want to connect with me on all social media platforms and email me or send me a text message or find out more about the shows that we have, go ahead and connect with me on alicia360.com. You can check me out there. And I have a very special event that I'm doing this month. I don't have a banner or a flyer for it yet, but I have a special event that I'm doing this month, and it's all about getting your MBA in confidence to build your brand. So it's called to build your MBA for your brand. And you can find out more about that program, because we have that program. We're going to run it on the 30th of this month. And you can go to audaciousbranding.com to find out more about getting your MBA in confidence. You like that? Your MBA, get your MBA in confidence. So go to audaciousbranding.com to find out more. And we're going to run that program. It's going to be, it's $97 for a 3-hour workshop with me on developing your mindset, your belief systems, and how you're taking action, especially around confidence, how to get more out of your life, how to really understand what's holding you back, what's stopping you from moving forward, and how to step out with more boldness to do the things that you really want to do. We're going to unpack that during that workshop. It's going to be powerful. I gave a snippet of that today at my chiropractor's. She has a workshop quarterly, and I did that today on goal setting and what's holding you back when you're trying to set goals. Why do you keep missing your mark, missing the goals? And so I encourage you to come check out that workshop. It's going to really be powerful for you. So go to audaciousbranding.com. It's all about your MBA, getting your MBA in confidence and building your brand. So any other comments, questions? We're about to wrap up the show. I really appreciated Wilma for doing this interview. She was a bit nervous to do it, and she finally said yes, and we did it, and I'm so thrilled. So thank you for your support. Thank you for joining us on the show, and I will see you next time on another episode right here on Small Business Saturday. Shout out on Saturday. Just a little program note. We were supposed to have a guest a couple Saturdays ago. She had something come up, and so we postponed that. So Simone will be rescheduled, and we'll have Simone on the show for another time to talk all about Miss Mango Plus. That is her juicing bar, also here in South Florida. So maybe we'll turn it into a live on location episode again. But if we don't do it on location, she will be here to talk about Miss Mango Plus, the juice bar here in South Florida. So until then, I will see you on another episode of Small Business Saturday. Shout out. Be bold, be brave, and I hope that your business continues to thrive here in 2023. Everyone, take care, and I'll see you again in a couple weeks.